a message for my people.
Nick Dad, baby. We the new label.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Now this the black sheep sticking its home. I need a crib like I'm Gatsby.
I need it.
In hand, just understand my
Pockets that deep.
with nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to do. When they can't compete and I got nothing to lose. You see, they told me I'm the one that's gonna
Yes,
benefit.
what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Veterans Minimum, the number one sports betting vibe on the internet. I'm your handsome host, Nick Dais. Alongside me is my handsome co-host, Mr. George Carmona.
Mr. George Carmona repping the shirt that you gave me too, by the way. Alpha One.
Hell yeah,
Alpha
bro.
One. Sick design on the back. I actually just got some like high quality photos taken today because I had a new client start up at a different podcast studio, which I was very impressed with. But anyways, this dude who owns the studio took photos of me in action engineering. So I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna tag Alpha One because they came out looking crisp.
Fuck yeah, they did. Yeah, shouts to Chris. Shout out to his lady who, it's their company, man. It's their company. Shirt is fire. Show is going to be fire. For those of you tapping in for the first time, please rate, review, subscribe. Excuse me, still fighting a cough. But we are here. We're going to do the NFL Week 13 picks, our pick segment. Then the second half of the episode is Jerry and Shane Shapiro, my jiu-jitsu coaches, and two of my best friends in Vegas. They come on the show, and we just talk about the gentle art that is jiu-jitsu. We talk some MMA. George actually came to Portland with us when I did my first jiu-jitsu competition. So it was the first time we really spoke to them about it since. So that was fun. Really fun conversation. Stay tuned. You'll hear that in just a little bit. But, George, let's get right into the picks, man. If you guys haven't listened to the Thanksgiving show, the Monday show, we do all these same picks. Ursulita, Becky, In This Economy, Toxic One. Trust me, we do that for the Thanksgiving and Black Friday slate as well. So go and check that out. If you haven't, if you're listening to this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. That turkey's going to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to give out some ass whoopings as well, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. Yeah, no, I want to make fat cash while getting fat. It's just a fat Thursday. I know Fat Tuesdays is a place you get drinks out here in Vegas, but we're going to turn this into Fat Thursday for us. So do you want to hop straight into it? I have my Ursulita and I think you're going to love it. It's the Monday night game.
Whoa.
Oh,
Dude,
how could
let's just get crazy right away, bro.
Let's go. Ursulita, the ugliest bet on the board, but you need to bet it. It's Giants plus 7.5 at New England.
Wow, dude, you want to get crazy? That's my trust me.
Oh, were you contemplating money line? I had contemplated it. It's plus 320 right now. The Patriots have already lost to the Raiders in what will be considered the what the fuck happened that week game of the year. I think the Patriots are due for another one of those.
Well,
this is it.
All right, so tell me why you like this one, and then I'll go into my rationale.
I love the standalone Jameis Winston game. I know it sounds crazy to say, but this man in prime time turns into a different human being for the better and for the worst. And I think that this Giants team is like really rallied around him. This is not a 2-10 team that is given up by any means. Might go down in history as one of the better 2-10 teams to have ever existed. This is a big time spot to knock off the Patriots on prime time Monday Night Football. I think the Giants are due for one, and I understand the morale of teams being 2-10. My brother's Arkansas team is 2-8 right now, and all they're itching for is to dance in the locker room and enjoy a victory. I can envision it. I love it. Give me the Giants.
Bro, listen. So I like this one too. Monday Night Football. It's in New England. 7.5. Winston is going to keep it close. Also on the flip side, what's the one thing the Giants could do defensively? Rush the passer. Will Campbell is out. It's up in the air if we're going to see Jared Wilson, who's the left guard. So you're going to be down a left tackle and a left guard. 7.5, bro. I don't want to get crazy with the money line, but I will say this, dude. I don't know why it doesn't apply for us in the regular season as it does in the playoffs. Because my theory in the playoffs, George, is if I think a team is going to cover as an underdog, I have to also believe that they could win outright. So play both sides of that. And in this situation, the Giants just find ways to keep it close, but end up losing. And the regression to the mean, brother. I want to keep losing these one-score games because then next year we're so fucking back.
I love it. I
I
love it.
like the
Yeah.
Giants as well, plus 7.5. I do have a couple of money line, I think, that are very intriguing, which we'll get into as we go. But yeah, I'm with you, man. That's my trust me right off the bat.
I love that you highlighted that with the offensive line. It's been an issue. It's been a glaring issue for the Patriots, and we'll see if they continue the Ramondre Stevenson project, or if Travion Henderson will get fully unleashed. Because I think this past week really highlighted that it's Ramondre's time is over. But we'll see if they keep pushing with it. What's your next one?
Well, bro, one last thing to add. So they're going to be down 2 offensive linemen, George, and he's already been sacked 37 times this season, Drake May. And the Giants literally could do just that. So now they got backups in there. It's only going to get worse. I just wanted to add that caveat as well. Okay, Ursulita for me. You ready for this shit?
Let's go.
A couple of years ago, your boy went viral in this exact matchup. The Cleveland Browns are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers this week. Shador Sanders is going to move to 2-0. They are getting 5.5 points. Excuse me. They're getting 5.5 points, George. I'm also going on the money line plus 225, bro.
Wow.
Listen, the Browns defense at home is a different animal. Brock Purdy cannot seem to protect the football. I just love this spot right here, man. I love it. They're playing from Monday Night Football, right? Honestly, had no business winning that game. Bryce Young just gave us a classic Bryce Young performance, which, dare I say, you might be the Bryce Young whisperer, bro. And I'll tell you why. Because you told me after the Packers game, you were like, dude, you can't take them. They just played a perfect game. And then what did he do 2 weeks ago against the Falcons? Most passing yards in his NFL career. It's like fade him off the monster game, buy low on him, right? So the
Right.
Niners had no business winning that game last week on Monday Night Football. I just like the momentum Shador Sanders has brought. I think the sideline, if you go and you watch the NFL films on that game, they fucking love that dude, bro. Give me the Browns plus 5.5, Ursulita, and let's do a little sprinkle on the money line at plus 225.
I love this. I have also made a play in this game, and this play is my trust me. So this is a weird situation. And for those of you who haven't been watching the show since the inception of me coming on, I don't tell Nick my picks before the show. He doesn't tell me his picks. So the fact that we literally have flip flop reversed Ursulita and trust me this week is wild. My trust me is under 36.5 in this game. It just shouts a rookie quarterback struggling against Saleh and a defense that is still trying to find their groove. But I think that with a solid leader and a rookie quarterback, that you can have a great outcome. And I echo the same sentiment you said about that Browns defense and the way that they play at home. This game is going to be a field goal fest. And if anything to tag along to this under 36.5, look at over 3.5 field goals made in the game. It might be at 4.5. That's a good bet, in my opinion. I think these teams will get it down into the red zone, but they're not going to get lucky. These are stingy defenses. So under 36.5 is my trust me for this week in this matchup.
Hell yeah, bro. And you love these totals. You love these totals. And I'm for it. Listen, if there's something that you like, you make it your play, right?
Yeah.
There's people that dominate the prop market. There's people that dominate futures. People dominate sides. People dominate anytime touchdown, baby. You know what I'm saying? Patreon.com/veterans minimum. $1 American. That's all we are asking for. And no, we're not doing a fucking Black Friday sale because it's cheap enough. You
Can't
fucks.
do it.
$1. $1. All right. Speaking of anytime touchdown, George, look at me.
I'm
This
looking.
this is getting out of hand, bro. Justin Jefferson is plus 275 to score a touchdown.
Oh my God.
Now hear me out. Hear me out. Max Brosmer is starting. He's gotten comparisons to a young Brock Purdy, right? Now listen, I know I just dumped on Brock Purdy in the last breakdown, but hear me out. Max Brosmer got to go into that game and be like, where the fuck is number 3 and where the fuck is number 18? Here's 22 targets each. And let's try to revive the fantasy stock of one Justin Jefferson. Let's get this guy into the end zone. Because if he goes out there and they lose, listen, they're 12-point underdogs to Seattle, right? You got the Sam Darnold Bowl, right? There's a lot of storylines in this one. But if Justin Jefferson gets 6 for 110 and a touchdown, he's going to tell the coaching staff, let's keep rolling with Max.
Right. I've seen him on the sideline, Nick. I have, because they definitely have cut away to 9 on the iPad, and he's right there. And you see him, and I would always be like, he doesn't look ready, if I'm being honest. But I think I want to back you on this for the sole purpose of, when you are a rookie quarterback, given the circumstances and the situations that this team's in, you got to do it. You got to force feed them. KOC wants to do it. You got to make Vikings fans happy, and that will make them extremely happy. I was looking up his scouting report. I'll give you a strength and a weakness. Strength from Mac Brosmer, not Brosner. Remember the name. Put some fucking respect on it, George. Gets through progressions with his feet and his eyes in sync. That's a good strength, positive. Weakness, has touch, but lacks consistency, accuracy on deep throws. We'll see. Has he improved from his NFL scouting report that I just looked at a second ago? We'll find out.
Okay, listen, bro. The plus 275 is an absolutely ridiculous price for the best receiver in the league. I don't care who the quarterback is. Well, I do care. If it's JJ McCarthy, I need like plus 600 to entice me. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the unknown, bro. I'm a fan of the unknown. Let's see if you're this kid Max. On a serious note, Brosmer, and you step onto the field, you're auditioning for a job here. You know who's gonna make you look good? Number 18 and number 3 and number 1 Naylor and Hawkinson, number 87. Like, fucking, you got studs, bro. You got studs. And Justin Jefferson is being priced like Darius Slayton. I gotta bet this.
That's crazy. All right.
This. What do you got?
I'll hit you with my Becky for this week. And man, it's a big time matchup for these Colts at home. They start their divisional stretch now, and the AFC South is not solidified by any means, especially with the way that Houston's been able to perform, winning the last 3 games with Davis Mills. However, I think the buck ends here. They lost a game to the Steelers. They had a shitty game versus the Falcons, and then they lost. The Colts lost this past week to the Chiefs. This is a get right spot after being back at home for Thanksgiving. Davis Mills is good right now. People are saying that CJ Stroud, he's in the longest. If I'm not mistaken, Tua made it back on the field quicker than CJ Stroud for his concussion protocol. Absolutely wild things are happening in Houston. I just don't think Davis Mills can get it done another time in the biggest spot he's had to this moment, because up until this point, and you can attest to this, the Texans have just been kind of just playing free-willed. The season was over. And if you were able to keep it close, great. If you won, fuck, we're going to end up picking 20th in the draft, but who gives a shit? The game that needs to be won this week for the Texans in order for them to make it to the playoffs, it just is too big of a spot for Davis Mills. And the Colts, I think, are going to expose the very little holes that the Texans defense has with all their different weapons. And it's my best bet of the week. Colts -4.5.
Yeah, listen, it's the battle of Goliath, right? Best offense versus best defense in division, like you mentioned. It's going to be indoors, so it suits both teams. I went back and I was watching the compressed version of the Colts and Chiefs game. Man, that's an ugly loss by the Colts, bro. Those first 3 quarters, they were playing really, really well, moving the ball, controlling the pace, and then Kansas City just kept storming back. And Daniel Jones, as someone that had to root for him for a bunch of years, when things are going great, he's a very good quarterback. Little adversity, got to play from behind. You don't want DJ. So that's a hell of a point that you bring up. It's a hell of a point you bring up. And the Texans right now are hot.
Yep.
They're the hot team. Yeah. Okay, that was your Becky?
That was my Becky.
All right, let me give you mine. No one likes the LA Rams more than me, I think, in sports media. And I'm going to go out and say that right now. Because I've been saying it since fucking March. And now everyone's on board. Stafford MVP, which I said in April. Devontae Adams still got it, which I said in March when they signed them. Puka Nacua is top 5. I also had mentioned that. McVay, my coach of the year. Creeping up. 12-1 now. Got him at 30-1. Start of the season. I say all that because I have to bet the Panthers getting 11 points, bro.
Yeah.
I have to bet it. It's like, mind you, before the Monday Night Football game, right? This is before the Monday Night Football game, and we saw the Rams beat the shit out of the Bucks. This game was -5.5 Rams. It's doubled. The better in me, with the futures aside, I have to bet the Panthers in this spot. This is my Becky, +11. I'll tell you another thing, bro. I don't think the money line is out of the question either.
Wow.
Listen, this is a team that went into Green Bay and they won. I don't want this to happen. Believe me, I don't want this to happen. But +500, the Carolina Panthers. Let me explain it to you this way too. Even though you're understanding what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bias aside, if I didn't have any Stafford or Rams futures, I'd be hammering the Panthers right now. Pause. Because Stafford MVP, Rams Super Bowl best team, young defense. They got the draft picks now. This is a classic just meltdown spot. Where not a meltdown, maybe they win by 3 or they win by 7. Panthers backdoor. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta play. I hope I'm wrong. Boy, do I hope I'm wrong. I want this Ram shit to continue. But I have to play the Panthers at +11.
Dare I say that this is the biggest game in the last, I don't know, 6-7 years for the Panthers? This game means a lot. You're at 500 right now. You're about to play the Buccaneers twice in the next month, with the Seahawks sandwiched in between the Buccaneers. People are hyping you guys up. People are saying that, like that there is a legitimate chance for, them to get some momentum and make some noise in the playoffs. This is the game. And you're going to see it not only from the players on the field, but I would imagine everybody in Carolina right now who's a diehard Panthers fan knows the same thing. It can be a tough place to play. I will attest to it. You got a lot of good college towns around there that are dying for the Panthers to be good. So I saw that game and I just want to take Rams props. Like, Like Puka's at minus money right now, but minus 105, it's not bad. Especially with all the love that Devontae Adams is getting. That's a little hint at my anytime touchdown parlay too, by the way. That was your what? Your Becky?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to give you my In This Economy. In This Economy for this week, it's going to be an alternate spread of the Chargers minus 13.5 versus the worst team in the NFL. This Chargers team, who has really fallen off a fucking cliff, has been looking for a get right spot at home, and this is it. I think that the Chargers put the foot on the gas. I don't think that Greg Olson, and not the Greg Olson that we all see on TV announcing, but Greg Olson, the new offensive coordinator for the Raiders, is going to have that much of an immediate impact on the team. If the Raiders can end the season tomorrow, they would. That's why I like the Chargers minus 13.5 here. You can get plus 140. Minus 9.5. I just feel like is only minus 9.5 with how much due to the fact that the Chargers have just fallen off a cliff in their performance. Had they been any sort of competent, this line would have been at minus 13.5. I promise you.
Yeah, bro. I like it. Chargers coming off a little bit of a break. Also, Raiders just down bad. I can't knock you for it. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You love the alternate spreads too. You've hit a couple this year though, so it's good.
I
That's
have.
definitely good. Yeah,
I have. Patriots let me down last week.
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you my toxic one.
Yep.
All right. Let me just ask you this, George, before I get into it. Imagine Kirk Cousins is at home, and he's a 9-point favorite. Go. And he's a 9-point favorite against the New York Jets. What are you doing if that's the scenario?
I knew you were going to pick this one for your toxic one too. I knew it. I mean,
how can you not? How can you not? They're getting 76% of the bets. And again, for those watching for the first time, bets means tickets. Money is professional. So like when you hear Falcons are getting all the tickets, that's like public betting. The money is coming in on the Jets. Falcons are 2.5-point favorites in MetLife. There is no chance you could take that. I'm not saying I'm going to take the Jets. Remember, the toxic one is one of two things. It's the play on the board that you cannot bet, or you're going to play the dog, right? Basically, dog or pass. But toxic one, it's always a team that's getting about 70% of the tickets or more. A lot of smoke up their ass. I even saw this one blog that said that they have an outside chance at the division. 60-1. Let's not get crazy. However, this is what I'm saying. I think you cannot play the Falcons. Some places -3, bro.
Oh,
but I'll say 2.5. I'll say 2.5. Yeah. Can't do it.
Yeah, nope. I knew it as soon as I saw it. That was the first pick that I made, because the toxic one, it's always that for me. That's always the easiest one on the board, because it just gives you like a visceral reaction when you see it. And Kirk Cousins' success versus my Saints, and seeing he's a goofy celebrator. Everything he does is just cringy as fuck. It's been that way since he was with the Washington football team, and I'm so with you on this. This is just not a team that is capable of putting together good stretches. They're good in spurts, and I think that the Jets win outright in this spot. I plan on taking them money line, because for me, seeing the downfall of Kirk Cousins is kind of enjoyable. It's a little sadistic that I think that way, but I like it. I just am not a fan of him as a player outside the football field. He's an upstanding civilian. I would have no reason not to like him, but him in Falcons gear especially, it's like I can't root for you, bro.
Hey, listen, man. We always give out parlays on this show, right? Check this one out. 25-1. Browns Jets money line. Giants plus 7.5. Chargers minus 9.5. I know you got them on the alt spread.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
just
But if you're
saying,
parlaying
let's put 2 condoms on and just take the regular spread there. 23-1.
23-1.
Yeah,
Look,
it's basically it's our picks that we agree on. If you like it, I love it, baby.
Let's go. 23-1. I got it. I'm putting it in.
Hell yeah, I'm doing the same thing right now. Super degenning live as we're doing the show, baby.
We have to.
Hey, quick rapid fire run through the picks, and then we'll do our anytime touchdown. So, Ursulita, Browns plus 5.5. Becky, Panthers plus 11. In this economy, Jefferson, anytime touchdown plus 275. Trust me, 8-4 on the year. Giants plus 7.5. Toxic one. Falcons minus 2.5. George, what do you got?
My Ursulita this week is Giants plus 7.5 at New England. My in this economy is Chargers alt spread minus 13.5 at plus 140 versus the Raiders. My Becky is Colts minus 4.5 hosting the Texans. My trust me is under 36.5 in the Cleveland versus 49ers game. And then the toxic one, it's not of the year, but I mean, damn, if the Falcons were any worse, it would be Falcons minus 2.5 at the New York Jets. Ready for the anytime touchdown? Yeah?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, let's do it, man. What do you got?
Shit. Oh, no, I was like, I had you stunned for a second here. All right, I'm going to go Puka Nacua, Kamani Vidal for 2 touchdowns versus the Raiders, and JSN to score a touchdown versus the Vikings. JSN right now, plus 105, anytime touchdown. Kind of crazy. 19-1 is my anytime touchdown parlay. That's Puka, JSN, and Kamani Vidal 2 touchdowns scored. 19-1.
Okay. I'm calling this. I love themes, bro, as all our picks are themed picks.
Yeah.
I'm calling this anytime touchdown. It's been a while. Because it's been a while since these 3 wide receivers have found the end zone. All right, ready? Ricky Pearsall.
Oh,
Brian
wow.
Thomas Jr. and the one and only Justin Jefferson. A parlay of these 3 wide receivers pays 47-1.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. We're gonna be bumping that. The graphics are gonna have that soundtrack going.
It's been a while.
Yeah, those are the picks for week 13. What you guys are about to hear right now is 2 really good friends of ours, Jerry and Shane Shapiro. They are the head jiu-jitsu coaches at Syndicate MMA in Las Vegas, one of the biggest gyms in the world. Shane has cornered many, many fighters. Marab in his last couple fights, and will be cornering him next weekend at the UFC pay-per-view in Vegas against Peter Yan. Jerry has built a sensational fucking program. The jiu-jitsu community always rallies behind both of those guys. I love and respect the shit out of both of them. They're fucking annoying when you roll with them because they're pieces of shit also.
Yeah.
But, it's part of the gentle art that is jiu-jitsu. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll see you guys in a couple of seconds, but we'll also see you next week.
Peace.
You seen what I seen what I seen, believe what I saw. They told me don't look up. If you seen what I seen.
All right, George. Now that we're done with the NFL pick segment, I'm very excited for the 2 guests that we got in the studio. 2 dudes that I'm only going to say it on the pod. Kind of look up to both of these fucking morons. I appreciate both of them greatly. 2 of my best friends, but also my jiu-jitsu coaches. I told them I've had both of them on the show, but not together.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was the first time that
That's
both
interesting.
both are on the show. And I said, when we do get both of you on the show, it's when I get promoted. And I mean, come on, bro. You thought I was ready with the strap. I mean, come on, baby. You thought I wasn't going to have this?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, two of my best friends on the planet, my jiu-jitsu coaches, Jerry and Shane Shapiro.
Thanks, guys.
this is great. Good chemistry. Yeah, I didn't know that they had not been on the show together, but like this is going to be a good one.
You know, this is the first time me and Jerry have been in a podcast together also.
Whoa.
We've never done a podcast together. It's our first one.
Well, I feel honored. I know a lot of people doing
It's for
podcasts.
George. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
bro, come on.
Yeah, they
We're
told me
for
that
George.
before you walked
You know,
in.
they talk this
I didn't
way
want to
'cause,
say anything, but yeah.
you know, like we've talked about this in the past, like the way some people talk to you because they could fuck you up. There's some people that talk to you and you're like, bro, you have no idea what I could do to you. This isn't fair with them. You know, like they teach me all this shit. I can't be over here. But when they say shit like that, I gotta just kind of like, damn,
You got to roll with it.
gotta roll with it.
Can I ask a question about the belt promotion thing? Like, what is the?
Hey, just be careful.
It's a
Let me ask my question.
loaded pistol. That's a loaded pistol, George.
I mean,
I'm a fucking trained assassin.
when you get promoted, what is like the thing that you guys do at your gym? Is it they have to walk through and get smacked by the belt, or like? Because I've seen videos of that. Is there anything
Yeah.
that you guys do that's
We
different?
just, you show up one day and all that hard work paid off. That's what's cool about it, you know? Yeah, we don't do the gauntlet stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's
Too much for show.
it's just kind of culty and weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the most we ever done is when we got our black belt, we got like thrown. You get like tossed or like, you know, by like
Okay.
each-
Yeah, like all the other black belts.
Yeah.
They'll like throw you. I don't know. To me, it's not. When I got my black belt, did you get the gauntlet ran on you?
No.
Yeah, I
got
ran through.
thrown.
They did the gauntlet where everyone like hit me with the belt, got whipped in the eye. It pissed me off more than anything. So
I was gonna
think
say,
it's
dude,
stupid,
because
yeah.
it seems like counterproductive, kind of like how you're pointing out. It's like it's a big moment. It's not necessarily the time to be getting your fucking ass whooped willingly.
Yeah.
You've put in the hard time already.
Yeah, I feel like that's your moment. Like that's what's cool about it. Like you don't need any extra BS about it. Like you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. You didn't know when it was coming or if it was coming.
Right.
Like that's your moment to just appreciate that it finally paid off, and all the other BS is just BS. You know,
I feel you.
that's how I feel about it.
Does that go into like, because I got a lot of questions for you guys that I've never asked until this. I've been waiting for a moment like this. Is that because of like the community that you've built at the gym? You don't want it to be that? Like the culty? Because like the jiu-jitsu program that you guys have put together, at least for me, it's not like culty, but it is very loyal to you guys. I mean, you guys know with me, like I'm rolling with you guys no matter, as long as you're within an hour, I'm there. And as long as I'm in Vegas, I'm not training under anyone else. Even though, George, I got promoted, I trained the next day. Haven't been there since. It's been like 2 weeks.
Just
So
celebrating.
I did the reverse, yeah. But you know,
Got
I was
sick on purpose.
yeah, I was a little under the weather.
Right.
But to that point about like, you see some of these other programs, people getting hit, people, just the culture of it. How much of building a successful program is the culture, and how do you weed out the people that are not with that?
I feel like I just remember not knowing when or if I was going to get promoted. So when I did get promoted, that was my big moment. Like the belt, receiving that belt, just
Bring
like
that mic a little closer to you, please.
just that's
Yeah, thank
that
you.
belt signifying all my hard work paying off was held enough weight that I didn't need the extra BS. Like I didn't need the extra recognition, the celebration, so I feel like we hold a high standard. So when we do promotions and people actually earn what's given to them, or you know what they've earned, that should be enough. And if you're one of these programs that you're kind of giving belts away, or it's a time in service, you showed up to X amount of classes and now you get your stripes or your belts, you need to do the extra shit. But I just feel like if you put in the work you were required to get to that next level, and now you're representing us at that level, that should be enough. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't feel like all that other extra shit is necessary.
Makes sense.
What are your thoughts to that?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like when we came up, when we got our belts, you didn't know when it was coming. And I feel like when certain gyms or certain things have a, you know, they have like a promotion day or like, you know, hey, we're doing our belt testing. Like it kind of takes some of the excitement and the fun and like all the hard work that you've been doing. And everything that you earned and that, you know, you've been grinding for, it kind of takes it away a little bit, you know? So I've always loved how we came up. Like, you know, you show up and you don't know when it's going to happen, but hey, you know, Shane, come up to the front. Here's your brown belt. You know, like that was the best feeling in the world. You know, there was no better feeling than showing up to the gym on a normal night, getting your belt thrown to you, not knowing it's coming, you know? So I'm glad we got that culture at the gym.
Yeah, I feel like that's like more similar to life than not, right? Like if you knew you were going to put in a bunch of hard work and you knew for sure there was a guaranteed result you were looking for at the end, like everyone would be successful. But like the success comes from not knowing if or when that's going to come, and that fortitude to keep pushing forward and grind. There's something to that, and I feel like this is a good like little microcosm of that for life. For like, you know, work hard. You don't know when the results are coming or if they're going to come. Stay the course, and you know that success will come to the people willing to take that leap of faith and put in that hard work. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I feel like there's something powerful to that. Like it holds a lot of weight when you hold a high standard and you earn something that not everyone can get. Not everyone's has the balls to kind of pursue. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's enough with that we don't got to do the extra bullshit, the gauntlet. Like, I don't know.
How many times do you guys get asked, is it time for me to get promoted? Like, what I'm assuming this is something that it probably comes about regular, and you guys have like a boilerplate answer for these people that like just don't understand how much time it really takes. So how often does it happen, and then what do you say? We'll start with you, Shane.
So I feel like we're pretty open and vocal about like not asking for your belts. You know, I feel like when people come up and they do ask, they're not necessarily saying, hey, when am I going to get promoted? I mean, maybe that does happen a little bit like here and there, but I feel like the majority of our team comes up and it's like, hey, what can I work on? Or what do I need to do to get better so I can get promoted? You know? Yeah, I feel like we don't have really too many people at the gym that are like, hey, when am I going to get that next belt? Or, you know,
Yeah, I think ironically enough, the people who ask are the people who are the furthest away from getting promoted. Every single time. Every person that's like, hey, what do I got to do? Am I close? When am I going to get my next? Like, they're completely oblivious to, they're not even close.
Right.
So yeah, I try to like let people know, like that's a great question. Like, hey, what do I have to do to improve to get better? And it's not necessarily for the belt, but what do I have to do to improve and get to that next level? That's a great question. But to be like, hey, you know, hey man, I want to roll with you, coach, and you let me know if I'm close to my next belt. I can almost guarantee out, like, and I'm pretty vocal, like you're far off, you know, like you're not even close, bro. So forget it.
Yo, he don't give a fuck. He's ruthless. Don't be fooled. He'll be like, yeah, not anytime soon. Like I've heard him say it to people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to coach those people. Like if you're not there to just get a little bit better every day,
right?
If you're chasing the belt, you're gonna quit eventually. I already know, you know, because eventually you're gonna make it to black belt. There's no more belts. So then what are you gonna do? What are you chasing at that point? If you're not just chasing that little bit better, you know, you're trying to be a little bit better every day. That's what you should be looking to do.
Those are your wins. Those are your wins. So obviously Nick put in the time, right?
Is my belt time or skill?
Nah, but the best thing you can do,
let's go.
The number one thing that lets me know it's time to promote someone when everyone's coming up and being like, yo, why is this motherfucker still blue belt or purple belt or brown belt? Like when everyone's kind of like on the same page, like, yo, they're killing it. They're improving. They've been getting so much better. You know, that's crazy. They're still at that belt. Like when I hear the general consent, like when everyone else is speaking for you, that's when it's like, okay, then we'll start looking at them and like we'll start paying attention. Like, oh damn, like yeah, they are actually improving, and are they checking all these boxes that we're looking for? Are they, are they good people? Do they have good character? You know, we've given some questionable teammates belts in the past to where they fake the funk for a decent amount of time,
right?
And then we give the belt, and then they either bounce or they stop training, whatever the case. So we try to be a little bit more selective with our checklist. But Nick was one of them that everyone was just like, yo, Nick's the blue belt, and so
let's go.
Those are the easiest ones to promote. You go out and smoke a couple tournaments, you're beating everyone out there.
I was about to say, had Nick won a medal in the tournament that we went to in Portland this year, coming back, would you guys have been like, based on skill alone?
We would have been looking at him for sure, like a little bit quicker. It would have happened a little bit quicker, for sure. Competition and
we got to get
your teammates' general consensus is usually like good indicators. Like, all right, like they're probably ready.
I feel like building off that, just Nick has a great Dars, right? We all know high level Dars.
Thanks, coach.
But everyone's been like, yo, he's been like, we knew he was ready because everyone's been coming up and like, yo, his other parts of the game have been kind of catching up to his like front headlock game. You know what I mean? So it's been cool to see that progress. He's not just hitting Darces anymore. He's kind of getting a whole flow.
Throwing the repertoire.
Different
Hey,
stuff,
yo, listen,
different things in his
there's
arsenal.
there's no one that likes talking about himself or hearing others talk about me than me. But like, just jujitsu in general, like what they're saying is true too. You know, like the other people. That's always been my favorite thing. Like when other people, when it happened for me, they were like, "Damn, bro, about time."
Yeah.
'Cause I've told you in private, because like we hang out all the time, and like we'll grab lunch and shit, Jerry and I, and we'll just be talking about like random shit from jujitsu to fucking betting to life and all that. And I'll always tell him, I was like, "Yo, I never wanted to get promoted," and people be like, "Damn,
How? Yeah.
oh, it's because that's your boy, like that's your boy, you know, like that always
Yeah.
crossed my mind too.
That
for
makes
how
it even
close-
worse. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're
that
boys,
makes
so
it
people
even-
are like, he just got his belt because
Yeah.
it's his
Yeah,
boy. But like,
never wanted that. You know what I mean?
We got to hold
Like,
you to a higher standard now.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man, for sure. And to your point, when you came out with us to Portland for the jiu-jitsu, that was the first time I ever competed. I haven't competed since. I've been talking to them about next year. I want to try one every month. Is like the new goal. This year was just to compete at some
Right.
point. But, bro, competing, I know I'm talking to you guys like you don't fucking know this, but, bro, I feel like I got so much better in those 14 minutes, however long the two matches were. George, as he was filming me, thought I was gonna get rear naked choked in like 12 seconds. And the whole time,
I contemplated stopping the recording and then just be like, guys, the footage got corrupted.
bad
Footage
Wi-Fi.
got corrupted, right? That Wi-Fi is crazy. I contemplated, but you fought out of it. I would have possibly deleted it.
Bro,
Had you got
listen,
rear naked
the
choked.
first thing I thought of was like, yo, my friends back home are gonna eviscerate me if I go out like this. But dude, on a serious note, like on Fridays at the gym, we'll do just 10, 15 live rounds. And like I'll end it, I'll be like, yo, I feel good, you know? Like I'll come back at night also if I come in the morning. Oh, the 14 minutes of like the intensity and the adrenaline. Bro, I was winded after. And I feel like I got so much better from there until now because of that. How important is competing for people that, because I used to be like, I ain't never competing, bro. But then being around you guys, it like, it's motivating, and also you guys do it so much and how much fun you guys have. Like that shit was like dope to go and do. So how important is that for someone that's like, yo, I never want to compete? Because I was that guy, bro. I was like, yo, I'll never compete. And now I'm looking forward to it more. So how important is that, Jerry?
Man, I think it's an important tool. For sure a tool, but I don't think that I think people overestimate how important it is. I think it's that like we're at a good gym where we constantly get different visitors and different looks, and you can't get too complacent with the same training partners because we have such a big class and so many people in there that you get different looks. But there's definitely something to having that adrenaline and all eyes on you and your, the heat of the moment. There's something to that because then you see what's really in your game that you're 100% comfortable with, because that's the only thing you're going to do. You're not going to mess around with your boys and try some new stuff. Like you're doing what feels the most comfortable. So I think there's something to seeing that and doing that every so often. It's definitely a useful tool. The fact that you did that, regardless of the result, there's a million ways that things can turn out, right? Like we can't control the results, but the fact that you were down to compete was definitely huge. And I think even you saying that 14 minutes you improved, your preparation leading up to it, knowing you were going to compete, I think you don't realize how much you improved just in like the lead up to the tournament, those last 4 or 6 weeks that you were getting ready for, for the competition. So it's definitely important. I think so many, a lot of people on the flip side of that overestimate how important it is. And if you get negative results, I've lost students to like, they love jiu-jitsu, they're there every day. They compete, they lose, they think this ain't for me, so they never show up again. So there's a balance of like knowing how important it is and like what it's useful for. What you did was, I think, awesome. Like you went in, didn't get the results you wanted, but like you got everything you needed out of it, People go in, they compete, they win, they beat some scrubs that shouldn't have been in there in the first place, and they think they're where they need to be and they don't change anything. I think it's important to like kind of go in there and gain what you need from it and still have the humility to go back to the gym and just get back to the grind,
How much of that you think is ego, bro?
What?
of them going to compete and thinking that like their shit don't stink and then they lose? Because my whole thing, when I went to compete, number one, I was like, yo, I don't want to get seriously hurt. 'Cause, bro, in Portland, there was like 5 people got stretchered out. And that shit is wicked. So I was like, yo, I don't want to get hurt. And I was like, if I lose and I don't get submitted, I was like, I think that'd be a win. I'm also fucking stupid. I didn't know the point system. I always thought when you do jiu-jitsu and you try to win on points, like that shit is corny. I'm like, yo, submission only. And then I look up, I'm like, how the fuck am I down 5-0? What happened? And Jerry's like, yeah, bro, you got to learn the basics too. But Shane, people that go and compete and then they lose, how much of that is ego and how much of it is just like the delusion of how good they really are?
I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think I feel like if you compete and then you lose and then you never come back to the gym, you don't really love jiu-jitsu. Like the lifestyle is not for you, you know? Because I mean, I lose like when you guys seen me lose. There's for sure a little bit of an ego. Like when I lose that first match, I've seen the past 3 competitions. I've lost my first match, right? All 3 comps, and I'm like, I fucking suck. I got to go back there. I got to like. Maybe I cry for a second. I'm like, damn, I'm terrible at this. But I get back in my head and, all right, well, it's time to get back on the mat. You know, I feel like that maybe little ego trip is there for a second, but it goes away, right? But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine like losing a tournament and then never wanting to come back to the gym. You know, that's crazy to me.
I'd guarantee that every person that did that probably is never going to be successful in anything in their life. If you don't understand that just failure is part of the process.
Yeah.
You just got to understand like, all right, this is something I got to chalk up, reevaluate what I'm doing, get back to the grind, and try to do better next time. Like, you're never going to like just fail at something and quit and then end up successful in anything. So I think it's just like that's another super important thing is just understanding like failure is part of the process. It's not a either or type thing, you know? That's anything in life. So you quit a jiu-jitsu tournament or you compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament, you don't get the results you want and you quit, like you're probably going to be a loser for everything in your life. You know what I mean?
That makes perfect sense. I'm very, very, very curious about the physicality aspect and what you guys coach, because like there's like differing levels, and I experienced this in football too, where you can be fundamentally sound on all your technique, but if you're a pussy, you're going to get pussy results. You're going to get thrown around. You're going to, not like the end result, even though you know everything, right? You're doing everything technically correct, but that switch that you have to flip. How do we'll start with you, Shane, like flip that switch in people to be like, hey, this is a tough fucking sport and you're going to have to learn really quick to not let people throw you around.
Yeah, sometimes you can't flip that switch on people. I feel people either come to the gym and they either have that, they can flip that switch, or they can't. You know, I haven't maybe you can. I feel like if you do jiu-jitsu, eventually you're going to be tough, right? Eventually you're going to build that toughness, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's tough to just come and have that switch, just flip it on. Like you either have it or you don't.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. I wondered if it was something that you guys saw that, there's like the moment that they've switched from like, okay, cause you're not going 100% versus all your partners all the time, or else, people will get injured left and right.
Yeah.
But, you go into a competition like how we were at ADCC in Portland, and I could easily have seen myself just based on like my pure like psycho mentality that I can go in there and compete and just be physically more dominant than somebody. So for you, Jerry, like how often is it that you guys see somebody who's overly physical and no technique? Is that a majority of the people you have coming in?
That's what happens. I think when they first come in, they're super, they've been successful in other sports, or they know, they were in the military. Military people usually they're pretty mentally strong. But yeah, there's definitely some people that just naturally like, you don't have to tell them to do the extra round when they're tired. You don't have to tell them just because they get a, twisted ankle, something minor that hurts. It's not necessarily an injury. You don't have to tell them to go back out there and you're fine. Like there's people that naturally have that. But I do think, it's definitely in people more than others. But I try to like, even with the kids, I teach the kids, I try to like give that to them in small doses. Like you're tired, I don't care. Go back there, out there and roll. Like you might not do as well as you want to, but you're mentally more capable than you think you are right now. You have a little boo-boo, your finger hurts or your fingernails bleeding or your lips bleeding. You're fine. Go back out there. And I think that starts to help to develop like that mentality where you can develop it a little bit. But there's definitely the people that come in and they don't know anything. They're down.
Right.
There's definitely that. And there's other people that are over analytical about technique, but they're just soft as shit, and they're never really gonna be able to put it into motion, you know? That's certain things I tell my students. Like, the only thing holding you back from your next promotion is you just like having some balls. Like, you got to be down to like actually fight. Like, you know all the techniques to fight, but you're not actually down to fight. Like, we got to develop that in some way or another, you know? And I think it comes from just a little bit of practice. Yeah, but definitely some people have it more than others. Just now.
Bro, there's a thing in jiu-jitsu where someone is like, they're mad aggressive until they get in a bad spot. And then they'll like tap before they're supposed to because they just don't want to, you know, like for 3 minutes, say it's a 6-minute round, for 3 minutes they're having their way and then you finally get your way. And then like they just bitch out. Bro, that shit is so fucking whack. I'd use different words, but I like what I do for a living. That shit is so corny, bro. And there's some people.
That's why those guys, you can't let them bitch out.
Yeah.
Nah, we're staying here. Yeah, now you got to stay here for 3 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I remember in wrestling practice one time when I was in high school that like it was an older guy that had come back to train with us, and it was a miserable winter break practice, as they tend to be when everybody's having fun and you're in a fucking hot ass wrestling room. It's the worst. And he would just, I was trying to get back up, and he just kept pushing my head down, and you couldn't bitch out. And so if somebody was to do that in your class, would you be like, hey, chill out?
No,
or would there be a part of you that was like,
you know what sucks though, man, is wrestling is so much harder of a sport. Like, you can't be a bitch in wrestling.
Yeah.
Right.
You could be a bitch in jiu-jitsu. You know, like our style, we definitely have a style that is similar to wrestling. We try to implement that, but dude, the world is softer than it's ever been, and there's just a very lazy way that you could go about doing jiu-jitsu. And you know, we try to keep the mentality that like, listen, like, I don't care what you're training for. You could be wanting to compete, you could be wanting to fight, you could just want to be a parent who wants to learn self-defense and get in shape. We're all going to train the same way, and if you have to defend yourself in the street, you're going to be capable. Because too many people come in and they get attracted to the fact that like, oh, I can just like not wrestle and pull guard and lay on my back and have someone between my legs and do this like bitch ass style of wrestling and hope that I get a submission. So, you know, we're not into it. Like,
facts. No, it makes sense. You guys come from wrestling bases. Like, I mean, I find it tough that you would get into jiu-jitsu without some sort of.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people that just like, this attracts everybody. Everyone can do it, and everyone is capable of doing it. But a lot of people aren't willing to like conform to what that means. So you kind of have to cater to like the people and hope that they get on track. But dude, like wrestling, there's no bitches in wrestling. Yeah, you have no. I tell the kids constantly, like, I'm a jiu-jitsu dude, but if you can wrestle, that should be your foundation. Like, wrestling's I think the toughest sport and the most important sport you could do, period, of anything. You know, being a jiu-jitsu guy, if you can take that mentality into jiu-jitsu, which we have, we fought, like, we know what that means.
Fuck people up. I've seen it with my own two eyes,
dude.
These two fuck people up. It's
there
crazy.
Are people who are giant wimps that do jiu-jitsu, and they're gonna eventually hit a ceiling, but they're doing it. And again, like, I don't want to shit on everyone. It's better than them being on the couch and doing absolutely nothing.
Very true.
But
stay home, stay on the couch, bro.
Yeah.
I think, bro.
Some people should, but
stay the fuck.
I don't know. It's tough, man.
Yo, so you said something there about like being aggressive. I think I've asked you this off the record, like when we've been hanging out. And I know we've talked about this in the past too, so I was curious to hear from you guys. Is there a way for you, when you watch someone train and it tells you like their character and how they approach life? Like, I always talk about when I would play basketball with someone, the person that would be like, yeah, ball, like they wanted the last shot. They wanted to make the decision. And then you had the people that like would shy away, bitch in the corner, like, I don't want to miss the shot. I was always like that. Like, I was like, oh, fuck it, bro. Penalty kicks. I know Jory's a soccer fan. I would go fourth. Fourth was like, we might need this to continue, or if you miss, we're done. I was like, yo, I want to go fourth every time. Penalty kicks, always would take them. Football, like, yo, fourth down, like, let's go for it. I was very aggressive. When you see someone train, excuse me, is there something that they do where you could tie into what I just told you, where you're like, damn, bro, they're going to be a dog in life or in investing or as a parent? Like, does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah, 100%.
So what is it that like stands out? Can you give me an example?
2, one that you just said. Me personally, I see people, they're over analytical. They're not very aggressive. I could tell they're probably soft and very timid. And, you know, I feel like the mats have a place for them. Like, they're there for a reason, then maybe the mats are going to make them tougher, right? Like, so they're there for that reason to gain their toughness, which is cool. But I definitely see that in their character. And the other thing I see is the bully. Like Shane was just talking about how, like, people come in, they'll be clubbing your head. They'll be going ham sandwich as long as they're in a neutral position or trying to gain a dominant position. But as soon as they get put in a bad position, they bitch out. I see you're probably a fucking bully. You know what I mean? Like you like being the top dog, like you like getting yours, and then as soon as you're put in a bad spot and you're faced with any adversity, you bitch out. I lose respect for you. So those are like 2 extremes that I see. But you could definitely tell the way people roll and how they handle themselves, especially as like a brand new person, how they are and how successful they'll be, you know? I could also tell like someone's humility, and I don't know. I get a good gauge for people like right when they start off if they're gonna stick it out or not. Some people surprise me, but a majority, I'm like, I've seen enough people come and go where I'm like, all right, you're worth the effort in me. You'll be here in 2 months. Versus like, all right, you're probably gonna weed out in 2 weeks. And it's usually the people that are doing the best that weed out in 2 weeks. They come in, they're athletic, they're doing good at first. I probably won't see them in a couple months. But yeah, you can tell a lot for sure.
How about you? Same question.
Yeah, I think building off that, just for me, I feel like the people that like you said, the people that are going super hard and then they get put in a bad spot and they quit. That's like my telltale sign of like, I don't care to fuck with you. You know, I'm not going to coach you. I don't. You're just taking up space on the mat now. You know, that's how I feel about it. Yeah.
Do you guys roll with every newcomer that comes in?
Mm-hmm.
Fun times?
Yeah,
I heard Nick's a white belt assassin, so I know he definitely gets his reps in. But like, is that your guys' moment in time to be like, all right, you about this?
For me, 2 reasons I like to roll with every new. I think it's cool to get to roll with the coach and see like what it's like to roll with someone at a high level and with a lot of experience, to see where you're shooting for, right? If you just come in and you're rolling with a bunch of like new people,
you're gonna
you might not get a feel for like what the possibilities are and how good you could potentially get. Like when I rolled as a new person and I rolled with someone really good and they effortlessly fucked me up, that sold me. I was like, damn, like I was trying my hardest. I thought I was tough. This dude's not even breaking a sweat. He was yawning while we were rolling and twisted me up. It sold me on like how technical things were. And the other side of it is the second reason I like to is because of how small I am. I think it's like a good sell for jiu-jitsu. Like if I was a big, strong, intimidating looking dude,
right,
like 200 and something pounds, it wouldn't really sell people like, oh, that's cool. Like he's a big, scary looking dude. He's supposed to fuck me up. But I feel like as small as I am, and then what I'm capable of doing to people, I feel like it just sells the art. And not necessarily like our jiu-jitsu. Like I feel like our jiu-jitsu is good, but like it sells jiu-jitsu. It's like, damn, this little motherfucker could do this to me. Like,
yeah,
I got to learn that, you know?
Facts.
So that's why I like rolling with every new person, just kind of give them that experience and like hopefully get them excited and motivated to train. You know?
Two quick things piggybacking off that. I love when he be going with dudes that are 6'3", 220, former D1 football players. And they'll be like, oh, that's the coach? Or like when Emily will bring someone in and they'll introduce them to you guys. They'll be like, oh, that's the coach? And they'll be like, give me one of those.
They'll give me this look like, the fuck's this little guy gonna do? Like,
bro, George, when they roll, their faces are like a culture shock to them, bro. Like, you can't believe what the fuck is happening. And I'll just like look over and he's just like effortlessly, like he's saying, yawning and doing whatever. I'm just like, bro.
What's your go-to? What's your okay, a big guy, we're going to take him down, we're going to submit him. It's his first time. He thinks I'm some small guy. What's your number one takedown move to submission?
It depends on how they're like
coming at you.
Yeah, like
okay.
Their energy is going to dictate a lot. Like if they're trying to like
hyper aggressive. Yep.
I'm going to let them do what they want cuz I want one of two things to happen, or I want both things to happen. I want to fuck them up imposing my will, and I also want to fuck them up while they're trying to fuck me up and just like using everything against them.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come at me as hard as you want, and I'm going to counter it, and then I'm also going to like, once I tap them a couple times with that, then I'm just going to like dominate them, like not let them move anymore. I'm not going to let them move as much. I'm not going to let them do what they think they're going to do. So I kind of give them both looks. And to me, I like it too, because it kind of like weeds out a lot of people. They're either going to like get motivated and go, holy shit, like I need to learn this. Or they're going to go, yo, my ego can't handle that and I'm never going to show up again.
Right.
I'm going to go home and just pretend I got those one-hitter quitters at the bar. I'm going to see red and rage out. Like, I'm just going to stay in my delusional world and I'm never going to experience that again.
Right.
Or they're going to go, yo, like, I need to learn that shit because that was crazy. I'm not as tough as I, you know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I think that's important. But my go-to, like, I give them both of those experiences. I kind of want them to do what they want and have it backfire. And I also want to, like, show them that I can also be as dominant, you know? So in the 5 minutes we're rolling,
Yeah.
I'm going to give them both of those looks.
Bro, that's what I told you on the last episode with the first time I trained, almost 6 years ago. 6 years ago, the Wednesday, well, yesterday if you guys are listening to this, but Thanksgiving Eve, I trained for the first time 6 years ago. And I was 225 pounds, and I went with this kid, Joey, who was 120 pounds, 14-year-old, freshman in high school. And Sergio was like, yo, go with him. And I was like, him? Yo, he trained for like 9 months. Maybe a year, give or take. I got fucking mauled, bro. I couldn't believe it. And he told me the same shit you told me, Jerry. Well, what you just said now. He's like, listen, bro, you either coming back Monday, or you're going to live the rest of your life knowing some 14-year-old kid just punked you. And I was back Monday, bro.
Purple now.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
but it's
sure.
true, though.
It's true. 100%. 100% it's true.
How often do you see that, and what do you do? What's your approach to that? Because you're a dick.
Shane's way more mean than me.
Yeah,
I need to know.
Shane's a savage
we
with
gotta
that shit. He don't give
establish
a
that
fuck.
too. Like Shane's
Good cop, bad cop situation.
bro. Let me tell you.
sure.
So one time,
Exactly, yeah, I love that.
Yo. So I don't know if you know this, but we were rolling, and he was trying to darce me, and I was fighting it off for like, I don't know, was it a minute? Would you say?
Yeah, more than a minute, I think.
And then he got into a different transition, and like, you know, he got like a mounted guillotine, and then I tapped. I was like, yo, you can't darce me, bro. He's like, now I'm a darce, and he got hot. Yo, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I shot a shitty single leg because I was mad nervous. But bro, he got hot. But yeah, he's a piece of shit. Don't let him fool you. Jerry's way more nice and passive. But I want to know your approach.
No, I
too.
like so for me, when people come to the gym, this is what I know. I know Jerry, like obviously he's my older brother. He's smaller than me. So I know he's gonna fuck these bigger guys up. So I feel like I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? We already got him selling that point. So for me, I feel like jiu-jitsu, when you're first coming in, it's like a very intimidating thing, you know, especially you see the coach, we both are tatted up, our ears are fucked up, it just looks like a mean environment, you know. So I my approach is always like, I like to roll with the new people, and I really do try to be nice now. Like since I've been coaching more and like been in that coaching role, I feel like I've been a little bit more nice when I roll. Usually like if like when I was just competing and not really coaching, I was just like, you're one of my teammates, you know. I don't give a fuck to coach you, like you're just gonna get smashed, you know. But lately I've been really trying to just like, any new person that comes in, I really do try to help, and like, yo, it's not this scary, like we don't look like these mean assholes, like we're nice guys. You're gonna have a good time if you stick with it. You're gonna have a great time, you know. You're gonna end up loving this.
But also,
you know?
I want to say, like, when I say that you're a dick, if they're a dick, like, I'm not saying when I say
that's
that
what
you're
I
an
meant
asshole.
too, like,
Yeah, I'm not saying that like if you were to come train,
For sure.
he's not gonna be an
He's
asshole.
just standing in the corner, just fucking barking at you. Like,
but like,
never,
come over here, boy.
But like, yo, I'll tell you this: if he gets you in mount, and then you go to like frame and you slap him, good luck.
Yeah.
That's where he's a dick.
yeah, that's
So I
where
did
it's
wanna-
different. Whereas like, I'll like, if someone's being a dick, I'll make them pay, but I won't.
Yeah.
Shane's gonna make you, like, Shane will make you pay. Like, you're
I'll
gonna
let
come
you
with
know.
that energy. Shane's gonna match
Come with
that
a little bit of
energy.
Matt
Like,
Burn the next
yeah,
day.
but we need that. Like, we can't have two nice guys. We can't have two dickheads. Like, I feel like we play that good. Like,
Yeah.
like you said, good cop, bad cop.
Good
That's
cop,
a-
bad
that's a
cop
great
seems
analogy.
perfect. Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah. And so, all right, now you guys can clearly do whatever takedown move you want and submission. What is your favorite? We'll start with you, Shane.
I love getting to mount. Like mount is, for me, it's such a dominant position. You know, if you could hold someone in mount and isolate whatever, choke them, get their arm. Like, I love the head and arms. Like, big head and arm guy. You know, that and guillotines north south. But if I can get to mount and get my head and arm, very happy.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter for sure.
What about you, Jerry?
Yeah, I feel like a rear naked choke is probably the most dominant thing you could do to someone. Like, take their back, get to the choke. But it just depends on the situation. Like, if it's someone who's going ape shit, I kind of like to do whatever is available. Like, whatever they're doing, taking advantage of what they're doing. So
You're more of like a counter, a counter.
just
fighter.
go, yeah, flow. Like, I don't know. It just depends on the situation. Like, I feel like I like a lot of things, but I feel like the most dominant thing I can do is take someone's back, flatten them out, rear naked choke them while I'm on top. You know, it's kind of the most dominating thing you can do. But yeah, it depends, I guess. But that I would say number one is probably that. Flat me on top, flatten them out, RNC.
Like belly down flat.
Yeah.
Nick,
Come on, bro. My dog is named the fucking submission move.
you got to get a new one though. You got to get a new one though. What's move number 2? They said you're working on new shit, and I haven't heard what new shit you're working on.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
it's
don't let me
crazy.
sound like an asshole.
As you guys were talking though, I remember about as Jerry was saying now how, like, you know, take what they give you and then decide. I remember one time we were in Turtle. It's a setup in jiu-jitsu with Zach, our friend Zach, and bro, I just kept attacking, like, front headlock, and he was just giving the back, and after the roll, he's like, "God damn you, bro! Like, what?" He's like, "Dude, I was begging you to go." He's like, "You gotta stop. Like, this shit is like, it's cool, it's funny, but like, you're just gonna stay there, bro. You're just gonna stay there." And then I think about the other thing that I think about is, I admire greatness in any level.
Right?
Dude, I went to the Starbucks at the crib. This kid was working there by himself because his like whole crew was out. Bro, working the car pickup, catering everyone. I was like blown away. I was like, yo, this kid's fucking, he's an animal. This barista. Like, he's like high level shit. You know what I'm saying? I admire high level shit. The thing that really changed me, bro, in jiu-jitsu, real talk, I don't know if I've told you, but you guys had the Tackett brothers in there who are like these all-world jiu-jitsu guys. They're on the UFC shit, UFC BJJ.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all were showing a move, bro. And like after drilling, when we go into rounds, so like the first, for those that don't know, the way they do their classes, we do like a 5 to 10 minute warm up, and then we do the move of the day, and then we drill it with your partner for about 40 minutes. And then after that, water, mouthpiece, and then you start going live with, you know, you rotate through your partners. Bro, it was the Tackett brothers. I'll never forget this. It was the Tackett brothers, Cody, and you guys just drilling that move. I think you guys might have taken like 2 or 3 rounds off. I just remember watching it. I'm like, I'm such a fucking loser, bro. Y'all showed a move. I drill it 4 times. I'm like, I got it. These guys are the highest level. They're fucking coaches. Cody's in the UFC. The other guys are iconic jiu-jitsu dudes, and they're doing this shit for an hour. To me, it's like, bro, when you look at greatness, for you to get there, you got to do that. That shit changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it changed. I needed to see some shit like that, though, bro, for real. Because the whole time, I'm like, you know, you drill it 2-3 times. Nah, man, that shit was like one of the biggest eye openings for me. I was like, because if they're doing
you can't
it,
fuck it up. Until you can't fuck it up.
so no matter what, just keep doing it until.
If you were to do a shrimp right now, right? Could you fuck up a shrimp?
No.
That's how every technique should be.
Yeah.
Right, how many techniques are in jiu-jitsu? Right, it's countless.
Yeah.
Every move has to essentially be unfuck-upable. And like, are we ever gonna get there? Probably not. But like, that's what's important. Like, that's the boring shit, drilling, and you know, that's the shit people don't want to do.
Yeah.
How do you know when it's time to have another set of coaches come in? Like when you feel like things are like, okay, I feel like we need to get back on our toes. Is there like a lot of cross collaboration in the jiu-jitsu world between coaches, or are people pretty like egocentric? Like, this is my jiu-jitsu style. We don't need to cross train. We'll just fight you in the competitions.
Yes, to both of those. There's
Okay.
a lot of that, but it's not how we are.
Got it.
We'll show a move in class, and then like Cody Steele's in the room. We're like, hey man, like, do you do anything different? We got this guy Chris Brennan in the gym now. OG, triple OG. He's like almost like a coral belt. If you guys know what that means, you know, go look it up.
What is that?
He's like been a black belt for over 20. Like he's
Okay.
yeah. So we're constantly like picking people's brains. Like, we don't care. Like, I want to get better. I want my students to get better. It's not the Jerry and Shane show all the time, you know? Like,
Right.
we know how capable we are of teaching and applying our techniques, but like, there's a lot we got to learn. So we're constantly like, we'll teach a class, we'll teach a move, and like, hey man, do you do anything different? Like, is there anything you would do different?
For sure.
Like, we're constantly picking people's. There's a lot of coaches though, all over that are just like you can't tell them nothing. They'll never admit, oh, I don't know. They'll make up some bullshit. Like we see it constantly, and it's corny, you know. The people who know, like when those coaches are there, you know.
Yeah, and building off that also, like obviously if you know you hit a cap in yourself, or you hit a cap in your technique, you want to go cross train or something. But like we're so grateful to have like Jerry, like not because he's my brother, he's a fucking great coach, but like even just like before we started learning leg locks, we didn't start doing leg locks. I didn't to what, like black belt, right?
What do you mean?
Like when did you really start diving into leg locks?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like crazy, you know. But it's what I'm like. The point I'm bringing up is we didn't cross train. He didn't cross train. Like he took the time out of his schedule or like you know his life to figure it out and learn all the shit for us. You know what I mean? So that's like just goes to show like a great coach,
Right.
can do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they don't got to cross train. You could figure out. There's so much information on the internet now. It's like you go buy a DVD and you know figure out how to do leg locks and all this shit. You know, like you don't really got to cross train anymore. Not saying that that's wrong, but
Right.
that's what he did. It was fucking awesome. You know?
Is there ever like people that are just DIY train themselves and go to competitions? Or is that like unheard of
No, there's
for
people
somebody
like that.
just to train themselves and then they're just like, oh fuck it, like I don't need a school, like I'm just gonna enter this competition and see how it goes.
It's less common nowadays,
Definitely some people though.
but there's people for sure.
Got it.
Mike Pyle, man, was like a guy forever that trained himself with friends. Like,
Interesting.
yeah, it's crazy. And he got to a super high level. He eventually trained with people, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely people who have done it. It's less likely nowadays with all the access to information and as popular as it is, you can go anywhere and find training partners, right?
True.
But it's definitely it's a thing. There's still fighters like they train unaffiliated, train out of their garage, and they'll go sign up for an MMA fight. And a promoter will have them because they have some dude they're trying to build up. So like, yeah, we'll put you with our dude. We're trying to pad his record.
Right.
So it still happens.
Yo, how much more popular you think jiu-jitsu could get? Because I think one of my favorite things that I be seeing on the internet, anytime I see an actor get promoted, like Ashton Kutcher just got a black belt,
Yeah,
like I
yeah, I
always
saw that.
repost that shit because I feel like that's so ill that a sport that we love, like people of that magnitude is doing it. Dave Bautista,
Tom
from
Hardy.
fucking wrestling, Tom Hardy, Mario Lopez, like the list goes on and on. To bring it back to sports, Joe Mazzulla won an NBA championship, bro, with the Celtics head coach. And the reporter's like, hey, we know you got to get knee surgery. He was like, the reporter goes, oh, now that the season's over, you know you got to get knee surgery. The first fucking thing he says, he goes, I can't wait to train again. This guy just won an NBA championship, right?
So dope.
So, like, how you feel about where jiu-jitsu's at right now, the popularity of it, and, like, where do you think the ceiling is?
I don't know, real quick, because you said Tom Hardy. My wife Amanda, that's like her little Hollywood crush. I gotta train with this motherfucker. I gotta let her know I fuck him up. Anyways, what was your question?
I was
Shout out
saying,
Tom Hardy.
with the Tom Hardys of the world and
No,
all these,
how
like,
popular could it
celebrities
get?
and
Man,
athletes.
hopefully everyone trains. I feel like the world would be a better place. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. Like, if you stick around and you show up to the mat, like you cannot fake the funk. You cannot lie about how good you are. You can't lie about the work you put in. It just keeps you humble. And if everyone had that mentality, I feel like it'd be an amazing thing. You know, you can't go anywhere in the world and you bump into someone anywhere and you're like, oh, you train jiu-jitsu? Like automatically
There's
you
a
have
bond.
not even just a bond, but you have like a baseline understanding that like, hey, I'm a purple belt over at so-and-so. You automatically understand that that person checks a few boxes that you respect in that human being. You know what I mean? So like
Yep.
on top of
Hey,
the bonding, like
hey,
you go anywhere and like, you know that like they're from a creditable gym or affiliation, right? And they've earned a blue belt or purple belt or higher. Like automatically, you know, they're upstanding in a few
Right.
different areas in life that you respect as a man, period. And you can't say that about a lot of things in life. Like even in MMA, like you'll run into someone like, yeah, I fight MMA. It's up in the air. You could be humble and have a lot of humility and understand what hard work is, and blah, or you could be a giant douchebag. Like both of those are very real possibilities. But like to go somewhere and run into someone who's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu from some other gym that you know has a good reputation, it's automatic that you know that they're upstanding in multiple ways in their life. Like you just automatically have some sort of respect for them. So if everyone did that in the world, it'd be awesome. How we get there, I don't know. You know, watching it, like I'm a jiu-jitsu nerd. I hate fucking watching jiu-jitsu. For the most part, there's athletes I like, but there's not like one rule set where I'm like stoked to watch that competition come up outside of like the major ones. So how we get there, I don't know, but it's definitely dope to see like celebrities and it just gaining traction with, you know, other sports, other athletes getting involved. But hopefully, man, it's eventually one day, you know, it's more common than not for people to be training.
How about you, Shane? How you feel about that?
Yeah,
Just,
I agree.
The popularity of it and how many people are doing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna get. I feel like it's just gonna keep getting more popular, man. Look where it's at now. The like UFC finally bought it out, or not bought it out, but they're hyping it up now. Like I feel like it can only grow, you know, and the money's starting to be there, which is nice. So
Yeah, I like
to
the ring, like the new or for the
pit.
yeah, it's the pit. Okay, is that what it's referred to
the
as?
pit.
That thing's sick. I do see that like having a definitive arena is like a step in the popularity because people just look at it as wrestling right now. If I'm being honest, but you curve up the sides on that motherfucker, like
Go out of
okay,
bounds. Yeah.
this is jujitsu now, and so I think that's a big part of the popularity of it. I feel like it can't be as popular because it doesn't have what not just Americans, but humans love. In football, it's the violent contact. In boxing, it's the knockouts. In the UFC, it's the knockouts. In jiu-jitsu, you do get the submissions, but it's so hard to understand sometimes.
And the violence is too much when it's too like if an arm breaks, no one wants to watch that.
You're
Someone
so
goes
right.
unconscious, no one wants to watch. Like a knockout, people will watch, but like it's I don't know, it's the gentle art, and I feel like what you're saying is true. Like it's either too gentle or it's too violent. There's like no in between to like really gain the traction. Like every time I try and show something, like you get put in an arm bar, like everyone, you know, this is what happens. No one wants to watch it. It's like, man, don't show me that shit, you know?
Yep.
No one wants to watch an arm break or a knee break or an ankle break or something snap, like, you know? So it's either too much or not enough for like people to really enjoy it.
Right.
You know?
Bro, I hate watching arms and knees explode.
The sound kills.
Like sometimes I'll be on Instagram, bro, and then it's like viewer discretion, and I'll be like, all right, I'll watch it. And then as it's about to happen, I'm like, I can't, bro. I just push out.
You know what that tells me though, honestly, and this is most people, I think it's so important because like if God forbid you got in a fight right now in the parking lot
You always preach this,
and
bro.
you had to break someone's arm, I don't know if you would.
Yeah, you always preach
Some
this.
dude's about to, like, he tried to rob you and he's not tapping. He's on meth. He don't give a shit. And if you don't break his arm, you don't know what he's got in his pocket. Like, you're going to be like this. Because you don't want to break his arm. You know, I think it's important to know, like, what we're doing. Like, we're not training for taps. Like, if I got to actually use this shit, what does that mean? I might have to break some dude's arm. I might have to destroy a knee. I might have to break an ankle. I might have to snap a shoulder, an elbow. Like, I think it's important to watch that. And I think it's important to, like, understand that's what we're doing. Because if you, God forbid, have to actually use it in the street, I don't know if most people would be capable. And that's scary.
I don't want to sit here and be like, yo, I'd be able to do. I don't know.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying
No, but I'm
that's
saying
99%.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in general too. Like you know how mad people are like, man, I would have done this. Like, do you really know until you actually are in that situation, bro? You don't know how you're gonna react. You might do a complete 180 from what you thought you were gonna do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm thinking of it too. Like, damn, bro, do I really want to snap this person's arm? But then on the flip side, like, yo, this motherfucker went to rob me. I should fucking snap both of the arms.
Yeah.
Put someone to sleep. Like, are you willing to put someone to sleep? Are you willing? I think it's easier for people to hit people, which is weird because I feel like that's way more damaging. Like, you'll see people knock people out in the street and they'll just keep teeing off on them. That could kill somebody. Like, if I break someone's arm or I choke them to sleep, I know that they'll be fine, you know, most of the time. But yeah, most people aren't willing to do that.
Yeah, that's a good ass point, bro. But he talks about that. He's like, yo, we train to break. Don't do it to your fucking teammate.
Right.
But
have you done it?
Oh yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like,
how satisfying is it?
it's not at all.
It's not
No,
satisfying.
No, but it's
Not
just
to your team.
Not satisfying in the sense of like, oh yeah, I fucking did that to that guy. But like, the satisfaction of like breaking like spaghetti.
No,
And
it's
you're
not
like,
like that. It's
oh, this
it's
is-
still gross, but it's just like
Okay.
even in the training room, if I know you're capable of defending, if you're not new, you know the damage is going to get done to your arm,
Right.
but you're calling my bluff, like I won't break your, like we're training and you're just going to not tap. If you don't care about your arm, I'm not going to care about your arm more than that. So like I'm going to go for the arm, but I'm going to give you all the time in the world to tap. But if you don't tap, I'm going to go until it pops or until you finally quit.
Wow.
Unless, like I said, you're
You have
new,
to.
you're incapable. The arms are like, I don't know, there's a lot of pain. If you don't tap, you're a dick. Like, that's
Right.
on you, Choking, I feel even less about. Like, I know everyone will be fine. But, like, the weird ones are legs. There's not a lot of pain involved with legs. Leg submissions, like your knees, you could twist it and it's not hurting, and then it pops and then it hurts. So, like, I have to be mindful of who I'm going with. But if I know for a fact someone's just not tapping because of ego and they're trying to call my bluff, I'm going to go until it goes,
That's crazy. Yeah, you have to.
Because again, you have to know
Yeah.
like, how like if you only train for taps and then you have to actually break something out in the street to defend yourself or your family and you don't know how to get the job done, how useful is your jiu-jitsu? Like it's all now we're just doing hypothetical theoretical shit. It's McDojo shit, I want to know that my fucking heel hook actually destroys a knee, Yeah. And again, like I'm going to be mindful of who I'm training with and I'm going to give everyone all the time in the world to tap. But if you don't tap, I'm going to go until the job's done,
I think so.
Yeah.
You ever broken someone's arm?
No, but I put someone to sleep and I almost shit myself, bro. I was really scared when that shit
Fucking
happened.
killed him.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I never remember I yelled from across, Jerry! I fucking pointed at him. It was Chris.
Chris, dude.
Wait, Chris?
It's a cat.
It's a cat, yeah.
That's fucked up, bro.
I know, bro, but I had never, it was head and arm. Shout out to you, the head and arm. Had him in the head and arm. And he's like moving and shit. And then you hear the, but he's still fighting. And then he kind of like let up and I let go. And bro, Undertaker eyes, mouth open. I got up and I was like, Jerry! From across the, Jerry! Fucking,
He's dead.
Dude, I'm shaking his legs.
Call 911.
You said that shit is a myth, like the shaking of the legs.
Oh, it is?
That's what I heard. Like lifting the legs, I think just let them lie. Like
Give
they're good.
Blood to their head, right?
Yeah.
Bro, so I'm fucking shaking his legs. I'm like, I killed this kid. And then he gets up and all that, and I'm like, oh, thank God, dude. I was like, God damn. And then I told you about it. You're like, that's good that you did that. I was like, you're a fucking freak. Number one, that you were like, it was good that
Well,
you did that.
like chokes aren't as dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people held in chokes like after they're unconscious for. Think about how long 30 seconds is after they're unconscious. Like, that's a long time, and they're fine. So like I just know chokes aren't like the most.
Right.
And usually, people, it's not even ego. Like I bet Chris thought he was good. Like a lot of times people are like, I'm almost out, or like I still have some breathing room.
That's
but then
the
the blood.
weirdest shit
Like
too,
most of the
man.
time, it's not ego. With the with limbs and
It's
shit,
ego.
it's ego. Generally with chokes,
You think,
you think you're good, or you think you're almost out, or you're about to defend, and you're
Every
and then
time
you
I've
go
went
out.
to sleep, my last thought is, okay, I'm about to tap. And then I wake up. I'm like, fuck. It's always my last thought. It's always my last thought. All right, I'm about to tap. And I swear my hand comes up and then it's... then we're out.
Damn, bro. There's been a couple of times with you. I think last time we rolled, I forgot what the move was, but I got up quick, and then that we fist bumped, and then that shit hit me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I remember.
happened a lot.
I remember that.
I was
We were
yeah,
like,
hold
whoa,
on.
hold on.
1 second.
Dude, my son Xander's got a tough neck. Like he'll be in some chokes, fully locked in, and like if I didn't I'm standing on I don't think chokes are that bad, but I'll be ready to be like, I think I don't know if I should throw the towel in. Like this kid is he's about to go out, but I'm like, if he goes out, he'll be fine. But then he'll do the same thing with his limbs, and then I'm like, if he doesn't tap, I'm gonna fucking call it. Way more with limbs, but chokes I'm this close. But dude, that kid's got a neck where he's fully locked in his shit, and I'm like,
God.
why isn't he out yet? But then he'll fight out of it. He's got a tough neck, but he freaks me out sometimes, man.
How long
Did you
has
put
it?
Xander to sleep?
No, wait, would I or did
Would you?
Yeah, for sure. You do to me too.
How important is it, do you think, for young kids to train jiu-jitsu or any form of martial art?
Super important, especially jiu-jitsu, just because it's real,
And then tell me this. Let me throw another caveat. Male versus female. How much more important is it for one or the other?
I think it's super important for both for different reasons. Like obviously for female, it's so dope. Like knowing, like, so the 14-year-old kid that you first trained with messed you up in 9 months of training. Like I always say, like 3 to 6 months of training, the girls who come in and take it serious, like, it sounds like, gross, but like they're not getting raped ever again. Like they're good.
Yeah.
They come in and like 6 months of training, some cop will come in. And I say cop because like they don't have any formal training up until they're there, but they're used to being hands-on and being physical with people. So that's like the closest like toughness you're going to get from somebody who doesn't train. Cops, military, people like that. And our girls are all over them.
Yeah.
At least to a safe position. Even if they can't tap them, they're in mount, they're controlling the situation. And if this person was attacking them, they're good. So like, they're just like safe at that point. So females, I think it's super important. And then men, I think it's good to just like know the reality of things, that if you don't have any training, like you don't know shit and you're more vulnerable as a man than you think. And maybe you'll watch your mouth when you go out, you'll treat people nicer. You're just a more humble person. But I think it's super important for both. For kids, I think it's super important for, just their upbringing, like their ability to evolve into adults the right way and not have all these bad habits as being a shithead with egos and,
confidence too.
What's that?
It's how big your confidence gets too.
Yeah,
Like, when you train
confidence.
jiu-jitsu,
Like
think
it's
about
like
your confidence.
superpower,
Like, like you could walk into any place with a bunch of people and be like, I if anything pops off, I can handle myself.
Imagine being like ninth, let's say 8th grade, and for sure you could beat up a 10th grader.
Oh, you're the man, bro.
Like that's a superpower, Like you don't even know if you're the toughest kid in your grade. Like you have all these insecurities. Just as a kid coming up, you don't know who you are yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know for sure, like I'm good with any kid in high school, like that, you'd walk in any room with your chest up, like you carry yourself different. I think it's just so important for kids to like have that emotional intelligence, the ability to deal with failure, the ability to, be just all that type of stuff that comes with training. Fuck the arm locks and chokes. Like there's just, you develop into a certain type of human being,
Yeah.
So it's so important for kids. It's
That's
crazy.
I was wanting to know if you have the number of how many matches you've been in your life.
No idea.
Like even is it ever something that interests you? Like at the end of your career, like you're gonna sit down one day and try to see all the different tournaments?
I wouldn't be able to.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wish I did too. It sucks because like, I don't know how I feel. How do you feel about someone that's like, I've had 900 matches. Like you've actually kept track. Because I feel like so many of them are so insignificant. You're a white belt. You're a blue. Like just doing tournaments coming up.
Can I tell you how I would feel if someone told me that?
Huh.
They're a fucking loser. If you knew the exact number that you had, like,
but it'd be cool to like kind of just gauge,
and
not even like your
what,
record,
you fucking Bill Goldberg,
but
bro.
not even
Dude,
your
I'm
record,
143
but just
and
knowing
0.
how many matches for the experience. To know, like, to say I'm 943 and 312, like. To tell me your record's corny, but to say I've had over 1,000 matches, to know you've had that amount of experience.
If you give me a ballpark, like, yo, I've competed 500 times. That I'm cool with. I'm talking about like
the record is for sure.
Yo, you know what's funny? When we used to live at our parents' house, Jerry, in our parents' room, we had a wall of all his medals. Right? I think after every tournament, you would hang up a medal, and you had like, bro, there was at least 40. Like there was a lot. I started putting my medals in with his. And one day he came in, he was like, bro, you motherfucker. Like, I was keeping track of all my matches, and now I put my shit in his, so now all of our medals got fucking...
We don't know which one's
We don't know which one was which.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Fucked him.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that's good to know. I think that it's something as an outsider that I've always wondered, like, the further you get into it, if there's, like, an ESPN ranking...
Well, now there's
or something like that.
If you, what is it, when you keep track of like when we're competing, what do we
Smooth comp?
Smooth comp. Yeah, there's smooth comp now, which when you create your profile, it has when you register for a tournament, all tournaments register through smooth comp now.
But that didn't start until when? Like
that's what I'm saying. That didn't start till like a couple years ago. But that has all like your wins and losses, But that didn't start till a couple years.
Damn,
ago,
your son's so lucky, bro. Like he'll
be able to keep track of his.
Yeah.
And I thought about that recently, just because I know wrestlers like they'll be like, "Yo, in this season I went so and they'll have their record." I'm like, man, it'd be cool to know how many matches I have just for the ability to just say how much experience I have.
Yeah.
I don't know my record. I don't care. Like,
Definitely more wins than losses.
oh, 100%. But like, I just, as a white belt blue, who gives a
Yeah.
shit? Like, I didn't care. But like,
Well, that's the next, because stats play a huge role. Getting back to the popularity, stats play a huge role in sports betting, and then sports betting plays a huge role in your success.
but when does it start? Like, are you looking at like how was their middle school record? Like Pop Warner, right?
I think
So like,
that there's like the competition that we were in Portland. I would consider that one that should count towards,
because we're black belts already. But that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, when would we start it? Because I look at matches even when I was a black belt. I'm like, yo, this dude, I was atrocious. Like, what the fuck was I doing there? So like, when would it start? Maybe at black belt, right? Like, when do you look at NFL stats or NBA stats? Like high school?
Well, no. You'll go to college if they were like special, but if they sucked in college and then they were good in the pros, you'll just focus on the pros.
Right.
So I think it's that final evolution for you guys. That's the black belt. So
Yeah.
I think at that moment you'd probably
I also
have to count it.
We also have talked about this a bunch where like this is just me personally. I don't know if a lot of people do this. Say an athlete has played 10 years in their respective sport. I kind of cancel their worst year and their best year. And you're probably those other 8 years. So like if a quarterback threw 13 touchdowns one year and then the other year he threw 47, I don't think you're the 13 guy. I don't think you're the 47 guy. You're kind of an average of the rest of that. So to your point, like we talk about this all the time where I feel like that's a better like metric of
Just like their average.
yeah, kind of like their average because people are gonna have those spike years where you're like, yo, bro, do you remember fucking Jackson Smith now on the Seahawks this year? It's like, is he gonna do that again next year?
But it's different too. I think keeping track of the stats in jiu-jitsu would be, an extremely tough task. Minus just takedowns, reversals, but like to know that you got to that position by doing that, it would take you watching the fight back. I don't like catching it in real time. To me, would seem pretty tough, but you would need all those different stats, or else in jiu-jitsu, the way I view it is you either won or you lost. There's no receiving yards. There's no, I guess you could go, okay, you got 8 takedowns, but he got you on the last, 30 seconds of the match and submitted you. That's the part that I feel jiu-jitsu is probably going to take its next evolution.
They're always not just jiu-jitsu and anything. They're always adding like new stats and new like trends. So maybe that could be something. Yo, Shane. One thing I definitely want to ask you about, bro. And I think that shit was super cool. And even like all my boys from back home was sending me pictures of you in the corner from Marab in his last title fight.
Yeah.
Maybe because you guys are in the trenches. Like one of my bucket lists, bro, is I want to corner someone in any fight. I think that shit would be ill. Be over there like with the ice pack on. Stop being a fucking loser, bro. Stop letting them hit you. Like that would be, I'd say other things too, but I'll save that unless we're mic'd up. But dude, it was so ill to see you cornering Marab. Is that just another fight for you, or is it like, damn, bro, this is the champ I'm cornering?
No,
what was that experience like?
Yeah, that was a whole different experience, man. Like I've I've cornered like at the Apex, I've cornered a couple different arenas. I went to Mexico with Vince Morales, and that arena was crazy. Like we were in Mexico. It was nuts. We're fighting Raul. Vince was fighting Raul. He's the hometown guy. So like even though Vince is Mexican, like we walked out and it was just boo. Like the vibe was just fuck you. Like it was dope. But yeah, but cornering Marab, man, like that magnitude of like that experience, the whole day with him, like getting in the shuttle, getting to the arena, all the people coming back to talk to him, like Mark Zuckerberg and just all these guys come, what's up, champ? And like you're in the mix with all these dope dudes, and then the walkout is insane. Like I wanted to take my phone out to record, and I remember walking out and just like the adrenaline hit, like I was fighting, like I was just like, holy fuck, dude, like this is crazy, But yeah, that was like, that experience was probably like the craziest one that I've cornered, And like I said, I've cornered a lot now in the UFC, but that one obviously was top of the line.
Was that like validating for you, bro?
Yeah. I feel like after that, I feel like my just knowing like the champ is like comfortable with you in the corner, you know, like it's not, and it's Marab's not like someone that I built up, you know what I mean? It's not a guy that I can claim that's like, hey, that's my guy that I made the champ. But the fact that he's like, yo, I trust you out of everyone else that he could have picked to be in his corner
In the world, bro.
in the world, he was like, yo, I want you, you know, and then he wants me again, you know, for December 6th. So we got Peter Yan coming up, you know, so it's just very validating, you know, it's a good feeling. It's a good fucking feeling.
What is your role necessary? Like, do you go into it and you're supposed to be focused on looking for certain triggers or tendencies from the other fighter, or like, what are you necessarily looking for?
Yeah, just the other fighter's ground game, like what some of the things he likes to do, and then obviously, of course, just building. You know, Merab has a solid foundation already with just MMA and his ground and pound, but just trying to get him to more finishes. You know, and like and the thing with Merab, he's such a quick learner, and he picks shit up so quick, man. Like, it's not going to be surprising in a couple fights when we're seeing him. He's subbing guys. You know, I really think that's going to start happening. You know.
That's good.
I'm glad the way you answered that, bro, because I think highly of you guys. I think a lot of people that come in and drop in think highly of you guys too. And for as much as you might not want it, you need pats on the back sometimes too. You need people to be like, the stuff you're doing and showing and teaching, there's a level of admiration and respect and anything. Like we talk about it. I know we're going from fighting to like the content space, but we always talk about this, how like, in a weird way, there's so many microcosms of both that are so relatable. Like, yo, I've been doing Veterans Minimum for a decade now. And like the last 18 months, people are like, yo, the show's doing well. It's like, yeah, but what about the 8.5 years before that? Right? Like now you're getting this attention, but how long you been training?
17 years. 17 years now.
I haven't done anything that long. Ever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's really dope, bro. And I look at it like, you know, working with the people that I work with, it gets to a point where like maybe in the beginning you got delusion. You're like, yo, I know I'm good, but how good am I? But then when you get those pats on the back, it's like Marab got me in his corner, bro.
Right.
You gonna tell me I don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or like what I'm showing or the kind of guy I am.
And even just Marab, like not just Marab, like they're, you know, Jack Cavalcanti that just fought, like she's in top 10 now. I've been working with her. Artem, what's his what do you say, Bellick, but he just fought for LFA. One of my other guys that I've been working with now, he's the LFA champ. You know, he's going to be in the UFC soon. So now it's all these things are happening that it's reaffirming. Like, was that the right word?
Reaffirming.
There we go.
Hey, bro, listen, I got a high school education. I wasn't going to correct you. I was going to let you rock.
That's fucked up. You were just letting
But
yeah, it's reaffirming that like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a coach, and I am a good coach. I know I'm a good coach, you know. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Well, now you've been going viral. Linked up with Moneyberg.
Yeah.
Derek, right? Derek Moneyberg?
Yeah, Derek, yep. Derek Moneyberg.
Really interesting figure in the jiu-jitsu community. What are your thoughts, man? What are your experiences?
So I got to hang out with him for you know, the past 4 days. He had like a little little like seminar for his clients. He kind of invited me along, and Derek, man, he's a great guy, down to earth. He didn't have to invite me. You know, I think I was only supposed to go for maybe 1 day, and he was like, hey, come for the next 3 days. And then on the 4th day, he invited me to do the Q&A with him, you know. But yeah, he's a great guy. Like, he's really, and I feel like he gets a lot of shit, obviously, from the jiu-jitsu community, you know. Gets a lot of shit talked to him, which I get it, right? People are skeptical about how can you get a black belt in 3 years. People also forget that this guy started when he's 42, right? He's 42 years old. He's been training with nothing but the top level guys for 3 years, right? Jake Shields, Glover Teixeira, Lyoto Machida, Gordon Ryan, pound for pound, best grappler in the world, right? So you're bound to get good when you're training with those guys for 3 years straight. On top of that, the guy's a fucking genius, right? He's a autistic genius, you know? That's what I'm gonna say. And I don't think he'll get mad at me for saying that. I think he'll laugh. But yeah, his brain works like he's aside from all the jiu-jitsu stuff, his financial, right? He's a black belt in finances. He's a black belt in making money. Like, he's a smart guy. He's a fucking genius, man. So, and that, I feel like that translates well into jiu-jitsu, you know, like we joke around, like the jiu-jitsu community jokes around about like autism and like steroids. Like, those are the keys. You be a world champion. If you're a little bit autistic, you'll probably be good at jiu-jitsu, you know? But yeah, I trained with him, and I'm confident to say that he would go to most gyms, and he would do just fine with black belts in that gym. Let alone all the other fucking idiots that are on the comments, my post, his post, that are like, oh, let's roll and I'll fuck you up, that are blue belts, purple belts. Like, the guy's 260. He's a fucking big dude, man. Pushes a lot of weight. Like, you know, we got to weight lift, and then I got to see what weight he's pushing. Like, he's a big dude, man. He's a big fucking strong dude. He's like, what, 6'2", maybe? 260. He's jacked, you know? So, he could definitely hold his own.
Listen, bro. I fucking love that shit. I have my own issues with the jiu-jitsu community. I think they be too serious, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like, even us trolling sometimes. Putting up a flyer when I go back to New York that I'm doing a seminar. I ain't doing a seminar. You know how many people are going to hit them up and be like, yo, he's doing a seminar?
This your guy?
Like, you'll be all right. Just don't think about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll sign off on it.
You'll sign off on it?
Yeah.
I get the cosign?
Yep.
Jerry, I got one last question for you, man, before we wrap. Sounds generic, pretty corny, but what's the 5 to 10 year outlook for you and jiu-jitsu?
I mean, I want a good, solid program running, with a solid resume of students. You know, good group of people. I don't know how many, but a good group of people, all ranks, to just say, you know, here's the product we're putting out at all ranks, from their capabilities in jiu-jitsu to the human beings they are and what they're doing off the mat as well, and just you know, be running a successful program. Like, that's to me what the most successful is, like good, solid, quality product of people, and you know, there'll be a bunch of other people kind of trying to catch up, but I definitely want to build up like a solid group of people underneath us that we can go, you know, oh, you're a blue belt, you're a purple belt, you're whatever rank you are, we got someone for you to roll with, and you know, you'll be shocked at how good they are, and you know, that's the standard, you know. So where that is and like what that looks like, I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully, like I said, we just got a good group underneath us, and we're yeah, we got a bunch of followers underneath them. But my goal is to like have a good quality product of good grapplers, you know, quality, not quantity. You know, we got that at the gym right now. We got a lot of people, but like, I really want to like hone in on the good students, the students that are there, and you know, make them as good as possible, both on and off the mat, and let that represent what we're doing.
And then would you want to expand in the sense of like nationally? Like, would you want Shapiro, the name in jiu-jitsu, to be like,
oh, for sure. I think
like,
we're
bro,
already getting there, man.
I came to Syndicate by accident, bro. Like, I came because it's 0.9 miles away from the house. When I first moved to Vegas, I went to Gracie Henderson because I looked up, I saw Gracie. I was like, oh, it should be good. And I'm glad I ended up at Syndicate. All my best friends in Vegas are from that gym. So have you ever thought of that? Like, Shap Bros Miami? Or
yeah,
like
with the right people.
Shap
That's what I'm
Bros-
saying. Like, we get, you know, let's say you get built up, you're a black belt under us, and you're moving, you know, you're going to Columbia finally.
Fuck yeah.
We got a Columbia affiliate. Like, that's the goal, is like have good representation, not just some bullshit like, hey, you want to pay us for the name, and that like a legit affiliation across the United States or world. Like, that would be dope. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like the first goal is just make Syndicate, where we've been, a jiu-jitsu destination, and it's so dope that we're there, where people are coming in from all over the world, and like, yo, I told my friend I was coming into Vegas, and they said I had to come train with you and your brother. You know, from all the fuck over the world, Europe, Asia, people from we've never met, and they're just like, yo, you know, we were told to come see you guys. And there's, you know, Vegas is the fight capital of the world, so to have that finally happening is, you know, that's been the goal. And now the goal, is to make sure that, you know, there's a place for everyone to train all across the United States eventually with our students, you know. So
hey man,
nice.
when y'all promoted me, I didn't expect it.
Wasn't that the best feeling though?
That was dope.
Like, what would have been better if you would have known the promotion? Like, hey, Nick, come to the gym Monday at fucking 5. You're gonna get your belt. You know?
Yeah, nah,
been
that,
like, cool, bro.
that would be super trash. But I didn't know how much that meant to me until it happened. For real, because I love you guys and I appreciate you guys on so many different levels. But like getting that cosign from y'all, that shit was dope. I was like, damn, man, I'm fun. Because I came there and I wasn't part of their crew. You know, and I feel like I learned jiu-jitsu with you guys. And no disrespect to my home gym. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Hopefully you come with me out there, planning a trip to New York. But like, yo, I really feel like I learned jiu-jitsu with you guys. So getting that cosign, and I didn't expect it. Maybe like 7 times prior, I was like, yo, I think it might happen today. Nope.
No, yeah, you guys. Nick would definitely be telling me there's been a lot of subtweeting in this interview, and it's all coming from Nick and the shit he'll tell me off air of just like, you know, these fucking guys. Like,
I came in one time, I was hot.
I'm
I really
so much
thought
fucking better than these other fucking people that are getting promoted. Like, I'm gonna lose it. You know what I mean? He's so humble, but yeah, he would come in here.
That's
hot.
what it's
I'm like,
supposed to
Nick,
be, though.
You don't
Yeah,
take it out
for sure.
on me. And he was also, I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, he was contemplating just starting to get the cauliflower ear, like just taking 2 bricks, smashing, because he thought that's what it would take to get his next belt. But I guess not. No cauliflower ear for you. And you got the purple.
Yeah, we were just getting coffees before the fucking show started, and every time I'm with them, they're like, "Yo, you guys fighters?" And I'm just over there drinking my tea. Hey man, I train also.
I'm the social media guy. Some of their marketing specialists.
But yeah, I'll tell you this, and I'll end it with this, and this might be the realest thing I say. I fucking love that I look like I'm pussy, bro.
You do look pussy.
I love that I look soft and that I can't do anything like that, bro. For real. Because, like, when people see you guys, they're like, yeah, don't fuck with them. With me, they put their guard down. Just saying, bro. I love it. I love it. I know there's some people that want cauliflower ear. I don't want to do all that.
You know what you just got to tell people, too? I'm never in triangles or front headlocks, bro. I'm never getting fucked up.
Yeah, but they're not going to know that, bro. They're not going to know all that. I just like, I kind of get off to that a little bit, where I don't look like I'm a fucking trained assassin.
Yeah.
But
No,
you do look pussy.
You get away.
Thanks, coach.
I'm just playing, bro.
Bro, how many dudes out there that they look tough as hell and they're soft as shit?
Mm-hmm.
What would you rather? You know, like you actually have the skills to defend. Like who cares what you look like?
Sometimes when I see people at the gym and they're lifting heavy and like the way they talk to you, like you were talking about like how some people talk to you. Like, man, you got no idea.
Bro, when I was at Dragon's Lair, I was so many dudes are lifting, grunting, screaming, like, bro.
Mean mugging. No idea. No idea.
Shut up.
So, yeah.
Well, listen, fellas, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for being leaders, bro. For real, I look up to y'all, especially in your fields and the way you guys handle yourselves. I think it's very admirable. Yeah, thanks again for coming on. Next time I come on, I'm not gonna say brown, but like, let's do this a little bit more frequent, you know?
For sure. We gotta do another trip too, all of us.
Yeah.
Let's plan this next year. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
Another
George,
vlog.
Any other thoughts before we go?
No, I'm at the next tournament that I go to with you guys. I'm signing up.
Let's do it.
I'm signing up. I'm gonna try, see how far I get. Like, I think it would be jumping off the deep end. But if I join the tournament, 0 training, then I think that'll be like the ultimate George is pussy. He needs training. And then that's how I'll
Yeah, it would be dope.
Go in.
It might be Portland's in February.
Go to
We
Portland
go back
again?
there.
Get
Well, we can
some
figure something out.
sneakers.
We'll go somewhere different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Get
Some sneakers? I'm all about it.
But let's
I
do
do
it.
have to start earning some respect. I mean, my brother has the possibility of being in the NFL. So, like, if I don't compete anytime soon, my family's going to forget that I ever even did that.
Yeah, we gotta send some. Make some waves.
Yeah. Like, if I win gold and my brother gets drafted like 3rd overall, I'm like, well, it wasn't a 1st overall draft.
Yeah.
Wasn't a first rounder.
He
I
didn't get no
won
gold.
gold this past
Yeah.
weekend. What the fuck are we talking about? I'm more of a competitor.
Hey,
than you.
guys with the
Whatever.
medal. Hey,
Whatever.
fucking look at me.
Hey, last thing, give your social media handles and where people go follow you guys. Shane, you go first.
Instagram is Shane _ Paul MMA. Or it might be. Come on, bro. Let me double check, bro, where the underscore's at on mine. It is Shane_Paul MMA, Instagram. And then TikTok. Sorry, guys.
My most viral TikTok is with him.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the worst addictions.
Same. TikTok is Shane_Paul
gambling?
MMA.
Same one?
Same one.
And Jerry, how about you?
Instagram's JShapBJJ, and then Patreon Jerry Shapiro BJJ. Follow me.
Oh yeah. Show some love to the Patreon as always. All things Veterans Minimum are at Veterans Minimum. Enjoy the holiday. Good luck this weekend. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Gang.
Element, I'm a gold medalist, bronze like your medal is. So many deer in headlights, but it's bedtime. Hear that supper bell, main course, be the venison.
Dab. Most dangerous game. Either kill or be killed.